drama surrounding Joe Burrow's infamous struggles in season openers has taken on a new life, and this time the storm is being fueled by none other than Stephen A. Smith. Known for his unfiltered takes and willingness to rattle cages, Stephen A. has done it again, only this time the spotlight isn't solely on Burrow's shortcomings. It's also shining brightly on a rising figure in Cleveland, a quarterback who carries one of the most famous names in football. That man is Shedeur Sanders, and according to Stephen A., he just might be better than Burrow when the lights come on in September. For years now, Burrow has been lauded as one of the NFL's brightest young stars. His grit, his leadership, his uncanny ability to elevate the Cincinnati Bengals into perennial contenders, it all speaks for itself. But even the most devoted fans cannot ignore one undeniable truth. Burrow is a disaster when it comes to opening games. The record speaks volumes. In 6 years, across his college days and NFL career, Burrow has managed just one win in 12 games during the opening 2 weeks of a season. In the NFL alone, his season opener record sits at 1-4, a mark that feels almost unbelievable when compared with his overall success. It doesn't end there. Statistics reveal the ugly details that words can't soften. In his last 4 season openers, Burrow has thrown just 1 touchdown. 1. For a quarterback hailed as one of the league's premier passers, a man with Jamar Chase at his side, and an offense designed to exploit his arm talent, such output borders on inexplicable. And Stephen A., never one to hold back, has pounced on that weakness with surgical precision. This man, Stephen A. thundered, comes out flat every single year. His frustration mirrored that of many fans who have watched Burrow and the Bengals stumble out of the gate, only to rally later in the season. But Stephen A. wasn't content to leave it at mere criticism. He posed a question that set social media ablaze. What if Burrow falters again, only this time against Cleveland? What if in the shadow of his missteps, Shedeur Sanders steps in and steals the show? The suggestion seemed almost unthinkable at first. Shedeur Sanders, still young and unproven at the NFL level, daring to outshine Burrow in a head-to-head clash. But Stephen A. insisted the possibility was real, even bold enough to claim Sanders might just be better than Burrow when all is said and done. In one sweeping statement, he lit the fuse on a narrative that could define the Browns' season: the rise of Shedeur Sanders as Cleveland's answer to their decades-long quarterback curse. The timing of this declaration couldn't be more significant. Just days earlier, the Browns made a move that sent ripples through the league, trading away Kenny Pickett. For weeks, critics mocked the team's insistence on carrying 4 quarterbacks, but the trade clarified everything. With Pickett gone, the Browns' quarterback room tightened, and suddenly, Shedeur's presence wasn't just tolerated, it was validated. The organization's message was clear. They believed in Sanders enough to give him the stage, no matter how unconventional it looked on paper. Stephen A. seized on this development as proof that the tide in Cleveland was shifting. To him, this was no mere depth chart adjustment. It was a declaration. It was Cleveland telling the football world, "This is our guy, and we're ready to see him grow." According to Stephen A., Sanders had already surpassed Dylan Gabriel in the pecking order even before Pickett's departure. The signs were there. Better performances in key preseason moments, sharper decision-making under pressure, and a maturity that belied his age. But perhaps the most telling part of Sanders' journey so far is what hasn't happened. In a league where young players often stumble off the field as much as on it, Sanders has avoided the pitfalls. No controversies, no distractions, no careless words to the media, just focus, discipline, and relentless work. Stephen A. pointed to this as one of the strongest arguments for his future success. Sanders wasn't just talented, he was committed, patient, and steadily carving his path. And now, fate has handed him the perfect opportunity. The season opener against Cincinnati looms large, and the matchup pits Sanders against Burrow, a man defined by his struggles in exactly these kinds of games. If Burrow stumbles yet again, and Sanders seizes the moment, the comparisons will write themselves. Could it really happen? Could a rookie with limited NFL experience outduel one of the league's top quarterbacks on opening weekend? The tension is magnified by how quickly the conversation has shifted. Only weeks ago, Sanders was viewed as a promising project, a player who needed time, seasoning, and careful development. But with Cleveland's faith growing and Burrow's weaknesses glaring, the narrative has accelerated. This isn't just about the future anymore, it's about right now. For Sanders, the stakes are massive. Outperform Burrow in Week 1 and his stock skyrockets. He would instantly shift from rookie with potential to quarterback of the future, not just for Cleveland, but as a face the NFL must pay attention to. Fail, and the questions will linger, perhaps unfairly, about whether he can truly handle the pressure of the big stage. For Burrow, the stakes might be even higher. Each September misstep chips away at his aura of invincibility. He has proven, time and again, that he can deliver when it matters in December and January. But the NFL is a league obsessed with narratives, and another flat opener could stain his reputation in ways that statistics alone cannot repair. To lose the spotlight to Sanders, a rookie, would sting even deeper. This looming clash is more than just another game. It is a collision of stories, of legacies in the making. On one sideline, Joe Burrow, the established star fighting to prove. His September struggles are just an odd quirk, not a fatal flaw. On the other sideline, Shedeur Sanders, the heir to a football dynasty, carrying the weight of expectations and the opportunity to prove he is ready to write his own legend. Cleveland fans know all too well the pain of wasted potential and quarterback heartbreak. The chance that Sanders could be different, that he could be the spark they've long waited for, has ignited hope in a city desperate for change. For once, the pieces seem aligned. The Browns are backing him. The analysts are noticing him. The spotlight is shifting his way, and so the stage is set. Burrow versus Sanders. Experience versus promise. Struggles of the past colliding with the possibilities of the future. Stephen A's bold proclamation has already turned heads, but soon the players themselves will decide the story. And when that final whistle blows, we may find ourselves looking back at this moment as the day Shedeur Sanders officially arrived, or the day Joe Burrow reminded the world why he cannot be doubted. So now the question falls to you. Can Joe Burrow finally silence the critics and break free from his season-opening curse, proving he's still the elite quarterback we know him to be? Or will Shedeur Sanders rise to the occasion, outshining one of the NFL's best and forcing the league to recognize his talent right out of the gate? Do you believe Cleveland's faith in Sanders will pay off, or will the weight of this moment prove too heavy? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a second of this unfolding drama.